Tucker keeps Phyllis's blackmail from Ashley, and Adam offers him a deal while Daniel's angry Phyllis won't protect Summer. Canadian YNR Day Ahead recap for August 3, 2023 episode airs in the USA on August 4th. Live by 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time daily. Lily drops by the Chancellor estate and finds Devon thinking about expansion in Asia. She suggests the new home must be inspiring him. When he mentions they are planning to have Tucker and Ashley's wedding there, she suggests they put away the breakables. She wonders what kind of statement having it there is. He hopes everyone can behave in Catherine's home, but he has some concerns. Devon tells her that his father definitely seems to be trying to be a better person. He's not the one stirring the pot, and Devon has even agreed to be his best man. The person he's really worried about is Abby, who has been stuck in the middle of this. They talk about how much they want simplicity and happiness. Ashley meets with Abby at the GCAC and tells her she wants to make peace and end the family feud. It's been unfair on the people she loves. Her daughter wonders if she can really accept Diane. Ashley has big plans and doesn't want Diane defining her. This only worries her daughter more, who thinks this could just be strategy. When she says the feud is beneath her, her mom agrees and says that's why she's moving on. Ashley insists that all she's done has been for the good of the family and company. She claims she wants to fix things with Jack. Abby wants that too. Her mom never wants to lose her trust but promises she's done with pointless battles. She repeats that she's committed to mending things and moving on. Her daughter believes in her and says she deserves happiness. Ashley asks her daughter to try to convince Jack to come to the wedding. Abby will try and gives her a hug. When Abby gets home, she tells Devon she's cautiously optimistic about her mom putting the feud aside. He hopes that happens, and she's determined to make sure the wedding doesn't go down in flames. At Society, Phyllis tells Tucker she has dirt on McCall Unlimited. He tries to dismiss it as a rumor, but she says she has proof the company covered up statutory rape. Unless he wants that to be made public, that means that she's in charge. She orders him to give her Carson. He admits he has some vague idea of what she's alluding to, but it had nothing to do with him. The company belonged to Newman by then. She claims she has emails that show he's not clean. You do what you have to do. Tucker asks her what she was talking to the DA about earlier and assumes he's not the one in real danger. Phyllis says it's sweet for him to worry about her trial and asks how his fiancée would feel about him being dragged through the mud. He claims it's nothing to him and their deal is off. Daniel arrives and watches as Phyllis prompts Tucker not to force her hand. He says she can't touch him and walks out. Daniel approaches and asks his mom why she's talking to a snake like Tucker. She changes the topic and explains Christine is after Tucker. Her son knew he and his sister were going to get dragged into this. She doesn't think he understands the complexity of the situation and explains that Christine offered to leave Summer alone if she pleads guilty. Her son tells her to do it and take responsibility. His mom claims it's not that straightforward and there must be some other way. Her refusal to agree to the offer is driving him crazy. Daniel begs her to do the right thing. She claims Christine is just trying to avoid a trial because she's afraid. Heather believes in her, so she thinks she can protect Summer and walk free. Her son assumes Tucker has something to do with this. Is she really ready to gamble her daughter's future? Phyllis knows she's done horrible things, but she's just trying to protect her children. Her son doesn't think she's changed and tells her to take the damn deal and start making amends. He storms off. She stares. Daniel meets with Lily and vents about the conversation he just had with his mother. He can't even look at her when she only cares about herself. Lily is sure he will do all in his power to protect his sister. He agrees. It's time to step up and protect his sister, even if that means turning on his mother. They complain about how selfish Phyllis is. He can't let his sister suffer anymore. Lily thinks he's an amazing brother. They wonder how they can protect Summer. Sharon arrives at Adam's place to talk about office space. Victor is willing to make room for them at Newman Tower, but she thinks they should have their own. So does he. She suggests they go to the other side of town. That sounds great to him. She notices he seems out of it and he claims he's dealing with some personal stuff. He wants to focus on business and promises he can compartmentalize. She won't drop it and prods him to tell her. He admits he feels bad because Sally looks at him with pity. He just wants to be a better person. Sharon tells him he's a better man and that has nothing to do with Sally. Hanging on to a love that has no chance will only make things worse. Adam gets hoarse complaining about how he and Sally had something real, but Nick is just a safe option. Plus, everyone knows that Sharon is Nick's true love. That infuriates her and makes her think they should reconsider things. He has faith in her, but he's also just pointing out the obvious. She gets upset, insisting she and Nick have no romantic future. Adam can see how Nick feels about her and puts her first. It may be dormant, but it will never die. Sharon tells him he's crossing the line and she refuses to be a pawn in his game with his brother. He claims he respects her too much to manipulate her. Sharon admits bringing all this up was her fault. It's time to move forward. When Tucker arrives, Sharon immediately exits. McCall asks Adam how the restructuring is going. Adam guesses he's talked to Phyllis. The Newman admits she has an email or two, maybe more. Tucker wonders what's in this for him. Adam has his reasons, but asks what he wants. Tucker has a proposition. Adam says it will have to be a good one. McCall says he can make things happen and asks what he's after. Adam asks him to keep Phyllis out of prison. He won't explain why he wants that, but he wants an answer soon. Sharon wanders into society and spots Phyllis. She brings up how they may work with each other soon. Phyllis complains that no one seems to have faith in her. Sharon knows that she always seems to have something up her sleeve to get her out of trouble. "Yes, I always do," says Phyllis. Sharon tells her it's time for her to face consequences for all she's done. Phyllis thinks she's being judgy and points out she's stuck between Nick and Adam again. Sharon refuses to let her disrupt things. Adam interrupts and tells them they all have pasts and can make this work. Ashley meets with Tucker at the Abbott estate and fills him in on her meeting with Abby. After they mention how important Billy is to their plan, he says they can no longer trust Phyllis. She's become a liability rather than an asset, but he will handle her.